Alright, welcome back to my recording of this stream that I'm doing online with Sorus and chat and everybody else popping in and out or in chat. We are looking at some spooky stuff around the internet. Really disturbing things because these are unfortunately real. So be aware. Just be aware. And Nexpo has these. He has 13. We've already done 6, and now we're gonna paw through the latter half of them and stop, share, talk, and generally witness how awful humanity can be, or how uncaring the universe can be. So, if you like that, you know, sub and all that. I hate saying that, but I'll be here. Stream almost every night, and let's get into it, I guess. Let's see what we have. Ooh. Alright, so let's go. Nexpo. Definitely subscribe to him. He makes some fantastic stuff. Again, I like to look at it, react to it, kind of, as well as I can, and let other people know that about his channel. But I have like 65 subs and he has several million. So what good am I gonna do? But anyway. Ooh, and I got some little frame drops. Uh-oh. Nope, we're fine. Okay. Must have been something weird. Alright. Let's go. Oh, alright. It's gonna be awful. The last one was awful. This one's gonna be awful. But people need to know what's out there, right?
No matter who you are, stumbling upon a mystery or something completely ominous can absolutely pique our interest.
Yeah,
Something about the darker, more mysterious side of the world
Yeah,
has the power to endlessly spark our curiosity, as we all try to grasp whatever it is that we stumble upon in order to make some sense out of it. Using the internet for ordinary things like social media, sending emails, and entertaining ourselves is surely commonplace these days. However, the underbelly of the internet is right there under our nose.
We have actually gone over Local 58 in quite a bit of depth. It's the grandfather of analog horror.
And often, hiding in plain sight. Welcome back to Disturbing Things from Around the Internet. If you're new, this is my series that showcases strange and disturbing internet events and mysteries in a list-like format. If you'd like to get caught up, I have 6 other episodes in a playlist on my channel that'll surely keep you up at night.
Definitely go watch those.
With that out of the way, it's time, once again, to dive into 5 more hand-picked and disturbing things from around the internet.
And then after that, there's something else I'm gonna show people, and it's at the very end. It's very disturbing. Okay, spare some help. Yes, I need help. Not gonna beg.
Number 1 on our list involves a post that was made about a year ago to the paranormal board on Reddit. There, a user by the name of Drudagon17 made a plea asking for some input on a few incredibly ominous screams that he'd caught on camera.
Do y'all go to Reddit? Anyone use Reddit? I hardly ever go there. I did set up a page for my YouTube because I'm just living in delusions that anyone would use it, but it is there. I don't go to Reddit very much though, and I don't really know why. I like Reddit whenever I am on there, just not very often.
In his post titled, "What's Causing These Screams?" he proceeds to say this. "So I'm not really sure what this is. I've had a lot of people tell me different things, but no one really knows for sure. Maybe someone here could help me shed some light? Earlier in the year, I went on a long road trip across the states, mainly visiting the national parks and a few cities along the way. Towards the end of the trip, we found ourselves staying in the small town of West Yellowstone. This appeared to be an ideal base while we explored Yellowstone National Park."
Has anyone here been to Yellowstone, or if you're watching this, let me know. I really want to go, but just have it. Like, that would be the reason to go. You know, haven't. It's pretty cool.
We booked into a pretty creepy but cheap motel just off the main street for a couple nights. Me and my fiance had one room, my parents another. On the first morning there, we planned to get up early, catch the sunrise, and hopefully spot some of the local wildlife, so our alarms were set for 5 a.m. At about 4:45 a.m., I was woken up by a loud banging on the door,
No, don't
followed
do
by
that.
crying and shouting. I instantly jumped out of bed thinking the worst had happened. I opened the door to my mom in a state of panic, saying, "There's someone screaming. A woman screaming." There, clear as day, I could hear a woman screaming. It sounded like it was within 100 feet of us. Mom claimed it was happening for the last 30 minutes. We wanted to call the police but had no phone signal, no phones in the rooms, and we were the only people about.
That is some. If you've ever seen Cabin in the Woods, that is exactly what this reminds me of. If you haven't seen it, go watch it. It's fucking phenomenal. It's got a very interesting twist to it.
With this, his post contained a link to an unlisted video on YouTube that gives us a first-hand account at what he'd experienced. In it, we can hear the screaming that he's been asking about, and it's absolutely something that would halt me in my tracks if I were ever to hear this myself.
It's 4:45 in the morning. The fuck? God damn. The fuck? What?
The strange part about this is that there are no direct cries for help, and he
Yeah.
addresses this further on in his Reddit posts. There's no "help me," no "get away," nothing, just the manic screams of someone or something clearly in distress. Theories have been thrown up left and right regarding this. Some say it could be methamphetamine abuse, others have claimed it could
No.
be someone going crazy, it could be a
Possibly.
fox, someone getting murdered, or even a skinwalker.
Animals do make that noise. I've seen like deer getting eaten, and it sounds horrifically similar to a human screaming. Like, it's very unnerving.
Take that for what you will.
Very, very unnerving.
Nonetheless, the video still has no true resolution, and Drudagon appears to still be looking for answers.
If it was by Yellowstone, I'd wager money that it was probably a deer or something very similar. Especially if it wasn't saying words, it was just screaming.
Over on the Paranormal Board of 4chan, an investigation has been ongoing for about a year now that involves a very strange YouTube commenter community that seems to revel in various uploads of baby monkeys either being neglected, injured,
Dude, oh my god. I go to 4chan like quite a bit for various reasons. But these like this shit is so fucked up. I don't get it. I don't like animal abuse. As weird as it may sound, you know, I've seen other shit that's awful and horrific, like people being beheaded and shit like that. Because I think people need to talk about that and watch it. And I talked about this last time. I'm very firmly don't want to take the out of sight, out of mind mentality, which is why I do watch those, even though they are so gross and horrid and disgusting. But animal abuse I cannot tolerate more than anything. And anyone that abuses animals like that, like a cat or something that likes you, you know, if an animal's trying to kill you and attack you, fair enough. But just for like fun, man, those people can go fucking die. Like, throw them under the jail because fuck those people.
or killed.
Yeah, Skinwalker.
Large quantities of playlists and videos exist that are solely dedicated to their misery, and they all seem to have quite a sizable audience.
It's so fucked up, this.
One example that I'd like to touch on is this channel by the name of Kill Baby Monkeys. Here, they have a bunch of playlists dedicated to various sadistic topics in relation to baby monkeys, and as we can see,
How is this allowed on YouTube? This is a YouTube channel. Is it still up?
These all have titles such as Baby monkeys having a bad time, baby monkeys suffering, baby monkeys are nauseating, dead monkeys, rotten little vermin make you want to kick
Not
them,
safe for
and
life?
you get the picture. Now, most of the videos in these numerous playlists don't explicitly show animal abuse towards monkeys, but rather natural deaths due to other animals, and nature
That's
simply being nature.
one thing. But
Also in these are ordinary feeding videos, rehabilitation, or those that show neglect by an owner.
what is that? Wait. I'll get it.
Now I just showed you a couple of quote-unquote ordinary monkey videos,
Right.
and to be honest, these little guys are pretty cute. Not gonna lie, I'd love to have one as a pet. But that's besides the
Don't know if
point.
I'd do that.
Interestingly, quite a few of the people in these comment sections, like we established, think otherwise, and it's pretty unclear as to exactly why.
I've noticed
On this video
this
here, for
awful.
example, titled Sasuke's George 12, we can see a pretty harsh roundup of comments. Some well-placed rat traps will take
I'm on YouTube right now searching for it. I do not see that channel anymore, so hopefully it got taken down.
care of him waving his stupid monkey pecker all over the place. Snap. Get that damn filthy thing off the table. Nail it to the table and warm up the jigsaw. It's party time. Death to monkeys.
What the fuck is wrong with people? Why?
This was just one example video out of hundreds that this one YouTube account had compiled. With that being said, let's jump over to another video in one of these playlists just to see a few more examples. Here's a video by a user
why?
named
What's the
GGGY1004 titled Poor Baby Monkey 2012-26. According to the description, this baby was injured by another monkey and looks as if it's being consoled by an elder. Throughout the comments here, we can see a hefty amount of people expressing remorse for this little guy and hoping he's alright. As you might have guessed though, yes, the sadists are here. Would tie its nuts to bars, that would teach it. A tormented, tortured, and suffering baby monkey is a joy to everybody who sees it.
Why?
Funny videos in this collection.
I don't get it. Is it like shock value? Is that what they're going for? Or something like I don't understand the like the train of thought and logic behind it. Other than being just like a fucking psychopath, but
So, what's up with these people? What's their deal? According to a viewer that reached out to me and the 4chan thread that this is being investigated in, it seems that they all hold a primary hatred towards baby monkeys and none else. Also, they're extremely open about their beliefs regarding them and have this undying obsession over wanting to see them and only them either in pain or dead.
why?
Theories circulating about this involve some solid points. However, concrete evidence surrounding them leaves much to be desired. Some have floated the idea that these could all be foreigners that simply consider these monkeys as pests, pickpocketing and destroying the structures that they live by.
Sure.
The thing about this is, though, that most of the names of these people seem to be in perfect English. It isn't like Google Translate English either. It all seems just ordinary, as if they're natively from an English-speaking country. With that being said, a user by the name of Kumbio Boombox on my subreddit explains that this simply isn't a sufficient or substantial, by any means, explanation for the sheer magnitude of the torture fantasies that these people engage in. A second theory about this
Awful.
involves the idea that sadistic pedophiles could be using these monkey videos as a parallel or proxy to real children. This is sort of tied to theory number 3, which we'll get to in a second, but it seems like these people have this undying vendetta against babies, and babies only.
So weird.
The third theory involves a possibility surrounding the uncanny valley, and how these primates tread in that gray area where some anti-competitor genes might come into play. It seems that these people could be seeing these little guys as some sort of an evolutionary threat, for some reason or another, as primates are the closest genetic relative to humans.
I've thought about that. Have you ever thought about that? Like, what if some animal started to learn how to talk and communicate? I mean, apes do. Great apes do with sign language. I don't think they are vocal in any way, but I always thought about that. Like, I know for a fact humanity would probably immediately destroy that species. Am I wrong?
Nonetheless, the community surrounding this strange phenomenon is very much still active in various YouTube comment sections, and while it's been shared throughout the past decade or so on numerous websites and subreddits, a true explanation for the reasoning behind this bizarre movement has been unclear, and remains as such to this day.
Weird. It's so fucking weird. Especially the ones that are like solely focused on just baby monkeys. Like, probably best not to try and figure that shit out.
Number 3 on our list involves a Facebook post by a user named Jose de Jesus. In it, he makes a post claiming that, "I just got this image and video, very scary." Attached are 2 photos and 3 videos relating to an extremely high-speed race that was ongoing at night on a freeway.
Uh-oh.
Itching for a bit of context, I did some digging on the situation, and it apparently took place in Cape Town on the N1 freeway. In the footage that was captured by spectators on an overlying bridge, we can see one of the cars lose control before brutally crashing into the median. While, yes, crashes happen all the time, this one is especially troubling when you consider the fact that the driver was seriously injured in a very disturbingly gruesome way. Before we get on to that topic, however, let's take a look at the crash footage itself.
God, that dude had to be going like 100 miles an hour. Easily, right? Oh my gosh, Jesus. Dude, that car got wrecked. Holy shit. And the guy lived through that? Motherfucker must have been... It's like a quarter of a mile, maybe? Little less than quarter of a mile from where it hit to where it ended? God damn. Damn, that guy had to have been going fast. Holy shit. And it was it not the motorcycle like racing past him that did it? Because he like fucking flipped out and didn't know what was happening? Because I can see that happening. I fucking hate those people that weave in and out on motorcycles in the city and shit.
If we go by the image attached in Jose's Facebook post, we're able to conclude that this wreck happened at upwards of 192 miles, or 312 kilometers per hour.
Nearly 200
Clearly,
miles an hour.
a very deadly speed to maintain.
Wow.
With this in mind, watching the video that the passenger in this car took during this race really puts the true danger of this into perspective.
Damn, nearly 200. I've sped before, but not that much. And there, watch. Oh, there he goes. Shit's about to go down. Here it comes. Here it comes. Here it comes. No, that must have been another motorcycle. Yeah. There's got to be another one that comes on, right? It has to be. Jesus. Oh my god. I thought this was... Holy shit. I thought that was a guy not in the wreck, but like on the road watching. Holy shit. Okay. I do not know how that person is
Watching
still
both of those videos were definitely some of the more disturbing things that I've ever seen on the internet. However, none of those compare to the third upload that this guy had in his post. Like we established before, the driver was critically injured in his crash.
Right.
But how bad actually was it?
Hmm.
If this last video is anything to go
What's
by,
going on,
then
Ninja?
it's safe to say that he was to the point where I wouldn't even want to be alive.
Yeah, fuck that.
I've seen my fair
Ninja
share of
probably
gruesome
sees
and
this
disturbing
kind of
things on the internet, but this one absolutely takes the cake, as I couldn't even watch it for longer than a second. For that reason, I
God
won't be
damn.
showing the uncensored version to you, but rather this
I am
Facebook
still
censored
alive.
one. In it, we can hear audio of the driver desperately clinging to life as doctors try to help him.
Jesus. Yeah, that guy. Nah.
In the bits of this video that I was able to peek
Nah,
at,
man.
I noticed a huge piece of the car door frame jutting through this guy's head.
Oh my god.
I could go into further
What?
and more gruesome detail
Holy
of this
shit.
not safe for life image, but just know that this didn't kill him, and he is, to the fullest extent, in critical condition.
There's a guy that was working on a railroad.
The
that had a
situation goes to
railroad
show that
spike
when
go through
driving,
his head.
it's easy to get brave.
Didn't kill him.
It's easy to constantly think, crashes? Won't be me. I'm a fantastic driver.
Yeah.
I got this. But this type of thing can happen in an instant. These
Oh,
drivers, very idiotically, had absolutely no regard for their passengers or others on the road, and I'm incredibly glad that there were no innocent bystanders or drivers within the car's
Shit, dude.
trajectory,
That's
since
like-
if there were,
that
this
has to be
absolutely
like a
could
quarter
have
of a
turned out
mile.
infinitely worse
Has to.
than it had.
God damn. Fuck that. Not good. Shit. Shoreline tragedy. Okay. Swimming. Somebody.
This fourth entry surrounds a video that was posted to YouTube in 2013. The title of it is, Couple Drowns in Front of Camera.
Mm,
This 7-minute
Seen a
video shows
person
the tragic
drowning
turn of
recently?
events that occurred while a couple, a 22-year-old by the name of Haitham Mohammed Dayan and his newlywed wife, whose name I was unable to locate, spend their one-year honeymoon at a pond located in the Bait Boss area south of Sana'a, Yemen. This
where's
cell phone
Yemen?
footage was taken by Haitham himself
Yemen?
as he propped a phone up on a rock to film their embrace.
Oh, Western Asia, Arabian Peninsula. Okay.
Through the video, everything seems to be going just fine, with the two having what seems like a great time, before Haitham appears to slip.
Shit. Just married, too.
Afterwards, you can
Damn.
see him attempt to cling to his wife in desperation before she's dragged into the water as well.
Mm.
Fighting for survival, the two then try their hardest to make it back to shore together, but that proved to be futile. After about a minute or so of panic and screaming, they both submerge, never to return to surface for the remainder of the video.
Holy shit.
The unfortunate part of this is that, had they not panicked, then they'd probably have had a chance to both make it back to shore. But in the moment, Haitham desperately grabbed onto his wife and resulted in her meeting the same fate as he.
Don't they tell lifeguards to not get near someone that is panic drowning? Isn't that a thing? Did I just make that up? I'm pretty sure that's a thing, right?
This video goes to show that no matter who you are, you absolutely need to ensure that, when spending time in any body of water, whether it be a lake, pond, river, ocean, or creek, it's imperative that either precautions are taken or that you know how to swim on your own, as if this were the case here, this would have undoubtedly turned out very differently.
So could those people just not swim? Like, is that what was happening there? Brandon Lawson's final call. Okay.
This last entry has stuck with me for quite a while ever since I initially discovered it. On August 8th of 2013, a man by the name of Brandon Lawson had gotten into a pretty heated argument with his longtime girlfriend by the name of Ladessa Lofton. Needing some space and time to
That's
cool
pretty
off,
cute.
he called his dad to see if he could make a 3-hour drive over there to spend the night. Trying to talk him out of it, since it was so late in the night, Brandon embarked on his journey at 11:54 p.m. en route to Crowley, Texas.
Oh shit, that's
Just
near
40
me.
miles later, though, he
Uh-oh.
would suddenly run out of gas.
Crowley. Huh?
After pulling over, he proceeded to call his brother, Kyle, for help. and once he arrived to assist Brandon, he was nowhere to be found. After searching for what seemed like hours, nothing was found. However, the very next day, the realization was made that Brandon had actually made a sudden call to 911 shortly after hanging up with his brother.
Crowley, Texas is about 45 minutes away from me.
In it, we can hear a very shaken Brandon try to explain the situation that he's been caught up in. Have a listen.
9/2013 050 and 38
Ninja, do you ever have to clean up horrific
Yeah,
car crashes?
Yes, I'm in the middle of the field. It's like we're just pushing guys over. Right here going towards Javelin on both sides. My truck ran out of gas. There's one car here and got chasing to the woods. Please hurry.
Okay, now run that by me.
We're not talking to him. I actually ran into him.
Ah, you ran into him. Okay.
Got the first guy.
Do you need an ambulance?
Yeah, no, I need the cops.
Okay.
God.
Is anybody hurt? Hello?
I couldn't be an emergency operator. Couldn't do it. It would destroy me. Alright.
Ah, you ran
This is
into
the
him.
interesting part. Okay.
Got the first guy.
Do you need an ambulance? Ah, you ran into him. Okay.
Got the first guy.
Do you need an ambulance?
What? I didn't hear that. Second person? I didn't hear it.
Ah, you ran into him. Okay.
Got the first guy.
Oh.
Do you need an ambulance?
Oh, that's so muffled.
Ah, you ran into him. Okay.
Got the first guy.
Do you need an
Oh,
ambulance?
shit. I did hear that. I don't... So he just ran out of gas and then ran
Tons
into
of speculation
these people?
and controversy have arisen from this ominous 911 call, but the primary consensus
Nah.
surrounding it is that it's, to this very day, an unsolved mystery.
Nah.
Police, allegedly, were initially hesitant on considering this a missing persons case due to outstanding warrants that were issued for Lawson. They believed that he'd attempted to run off to get away from them and that he'd turn up sometime soon, but, as we know, this was not the case. You see, Brandon had 4 children who his relatives say he'd never abandon, and coupled with the strange reaction by police, it almost seems to some that this case was somewhat swept under the rug due to police disinterest.
Never heard of it.
Hearing the frantic voice of Brandon play back is haunting. As the video pointed out, it absolutely sounds like he wasn't alone, and being so late in the night,
Brandon
it's chilling
Lawson.
to contemplate on what could have really transpired on that late evening, just 40 miles from his home.
San Angela.
The underbelly of the internet, like we established, is a very interestingly ominous place. Strange and obscure posts, stories, and articles seemingly pop up every day, and tonight we were able to touch on a few of them. Thank you all for joining me in this 7th installment of Disturbing Things
Chat,
from Around the
Let's
Internet.
go back quick.
I hope you enjoyed this, and if you have any other strange, bite-sized mysteries
damn.
and internet happenings that you'd like to see on a future episode, I'd love to check them out.
Damn, those things those go by really quick. Okay, volume 8. Let's go. How did I never hear about that loss? Yeah. It's in Tarrant County. That's where I used to live before my life went to shit. Damn, yeah, that's fucked up. Anyway, sorry. That's like really close to home. So,
Since the dawn of the internet,
Weird.
data sharing across various mediums has been commonplace in many households around the world. Allowing everybody to become interconnected within a vast sea of endless information was absolutely inconceivable just a few short decades ago,
It's magic.
definitely becoming something that we take for granted today,
it's like actually
whether we
magic.
realize it or not. Within this vast sea of surface-level internet content, an underbelly exists that harbors some of the darkest videos, images, posts, stories, and real-life situations that people have documented online. These, for the most part, are largely hidden away from those that refrain from doing a little digging. But luckily for you, tonight we're going to explore 5 of them that I've recently come across. Welcome back to Disturbing Things from Around the Internet.
Hooray.
This is a showcase series of various disturbing finds that I've stumbled upon online in the last few months. If you're new,
Which
this
one?
is part
What?
8, so if you haven't yet, definitely go check out volumes 1 through 7 after this video. With that out of the way, get comfortable because it's time, once again, to dive into 5 more hand-picked and disturbing things from around the internet.
Okay, what do you got for us now?
Number 1 on our list involves an upload by a user named Avalesser60.
Oh,
In July of 2011, they would post a video titled Dog Sees
Okay.
Ghost. And just 4
Is that
minutes
on this
long,
one?
the upload involves a woman that went to the kitchen late at night to grab a snack.
as you do.
On the way back to her room, she noticed her dog standing at the end of the hallway, staring at something and absolutely refusing to come to her, no matter what. At this point, she pulls her phone out to begin filming, realizing that something isn't right here.
What?
Can you come over here now? Come here, Smooch.
Oh, interesting. Don't worry,
Come on.
cat.
Can you come here?
That's interesting.
Come here, Smooch.
Hmm.
It's okay.
Big dogs are usually not like that. If it were a cat or a smaller dog, maybe. But big dogs are very
It's
energetic
okay.
usually.
Come on. It's okay.
It's like ducking its head. Clearly looking at some. I don't know. But do you think there could be like another person? Like, is this an act? Supposedly.
It's okay. Come
Supposedly.
on.
Yeah, animals do that. I'm personally not a believer, but I do know
It's
weird
okay,
shit
come
can
on.
go on.
Come here. Come in, Mommy. Come in.
But who knows? Maybe there is something. Hmm.
Smooch, come on. It's okay. Come in.
There's something
on.
weird about.
Come on. Come here.
She's not walking
here.
towards him.
Come here.
There's something weird about that. I don't know if I buy this one. I don't know if I buy that one.
After a couple minutes of this, she eventually begins yelling out, "Leave my dog alone," convinced that she's accompanied by some sort of entity that's preying on her dog. Standing firm, she continues to convince it to come to her.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
Good. I opened your cabinet for you. Come on. Come on. Smooch, come in. Come here, baby. Come on.
That's
Leave my dog alone. Come on. It's okay. Come on. Come on, Smooch.
this one's a little sus. I don't know.
Come. 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 Come.
I don't know. What's your take on it? That one's
Like we just saw at the end, the
bunch
dog
of
never ends up
explanations.
following her command, ultimately retreating around the corner. The comments on this video are surprisingly sparse. Some were drawing parallels to their strange experience with their pets, while others were attempting to rationalize the situation.
Yeah.
One commenter claimed that this wasn't the work of any sort of ghost at all, but rather, the dog was scared of the black box at the edge of the frame, or what it presumed to be a shadow in the kitchen. Now,
Sure.
in a way this makes sense, but they're hell-bent on staying on their side of the hallway at all costs. Dogs generally know their homes pretty well. What about this box or shadow would freak it out so much here? Also, we can notice that the dog stares up at the top right corner for most of the video, which makes it seem like whatever it's scared of isn't exactly on or near the floor. Nonetheless, the video is strange, and at just over 1.5 thousand views in nearly 8 years, it definitely deserves some more insight. This dog saw something. What that something is, exactly, is unclear, and it might sit that way for good.
Well, it's not even the dog that's weird on that one. It's her, like, not moving towards the dog. That's what rubs me the wrong way, personally.
This second entry comes from a YouTube video that gained major traction a couple years ago. Over on the channel by the name of Jitu Kumar, a video was posted on October 1st of 2017, titled, Bital Woman Viral Video. This centers around a mysterious lady from the Bital village and carries with it
Where's
an insane
that?
amount of questions.
Tall.
The video in question is 7 minutes long, and here we can see a shot of a woman in a white robe sitting in a tree. Nothing really all that out of the ordinary. For the next couple minutes, we can see her making her way up to the top,
Wait,
still
hold on.
relatively normal.
Hold on.
Perhaps she's
Hold on.
and carries with it an insane long. And here
What's up with
we
that
can see a shot
bird?
of a woman in a white robe.
Oh, right there. What is that black thing on to the right? Is this just so blurry that it's a like a wire that's just so blurry it's blurred out? Oh, I don't know.
Sitting in a tree.
It's strange.
Nothing really all that out of the ordinary. For the next couple minutes, we can see her making her way up to the top, still relatively normal. Perhaps she's doing some sort of show or just enjoys climbing trees. Really, to each their own.
I used to climb
The video
trees
begins to
all
get
the time.
strange though when you begin to take a look around the cameraman. Many are filming, which begins to drive home the idea that something just isn't right here. Around the 4-minute mark, something incredibly bizarre happens. She finally makes her way to the top and just stands there, motionless.
I've done that before. We used to call it windsurfing. Looking back on it now, just the trees.
What's blowing my mind about this entire
sway
thing,
in the wind.
first and foremost, is how she's managing to keep her balance
Yeah.
all the way at the top of this large tree on such a small branch. It doesn't seem to bow, and it doesn't look like she has any support to keep her so still. So what's going on?
Yeah.
Incredibly curious
done
about the
that before,
context
though.
here, I dug through the comments, but this didn't lead very far.
Fake.
Some were simply writing this off as totally fake, while others, like myself, were trying to get some backstory. What I was able to find though was a video by a channel called Viral V. They posted this footage as well and made the claim that this woman was doing this because she was possessed by a spirit.
Sure.
Now, I wasn't able to find any definitive proof of this claim, and it could very easily be written off as mere dramatization. Itching for something more definitive, I did some more digging on this woman in a tree phenomenon and found a few other videos of various people doing the exact same thing, all with crowds surrounding them, cheering them on, and filming. This leads me to the assumption that this has to be some sort of ritual. Unfortunately,
Right.
information about said ritual is incredibly sparse online,
It's like
so
a
this is
custom
merely
or
another
something?
theory. Nonetheless, the woman ended up
Interesting.
making it back down safely. Whether this was the work of a demonic possession or a sort of rite of passage, this footage is bizarre, and to this day, remains cloaked in mystery.
Did they not ask her? Like, what the fuck were you doing up there? Guess not. Alright.
In August of 2013, a Florida man named Derek Medina
Florida
and his
man.
wife Jennifer Alfonso
Florida
were
man
going
time.
about their lives after becoming recently remarried. Unbeknownst to most that knew them though, their marriage
Florida man.
would soon begin to take an extremely grim turn. On August 8th, Derek would post a sudden Facebook status. From his cell phone, at about 8 p.m. that night, he would go forth to say this. I'm going to prison or death sentence for killing my wife. Love you guys, miss you guys, take care Facebook, you'll
Oh,
see me in the
that's just-
news. My wife was punching me and I'm scared. I'm not going to stand anymore with the abuse, so I did what I did. I hope you understand me.
Shit. That escalated
Fittingly,
instantly.
his Facebook friends were shocked. Was this some sort of joke? A hoax? Was he hacked? Not quite, as soon after this post went live, he'd contact his relatives, explain to them what happened, change clothes, and head over to the police station to turn himself in. During the initial investigation, authorities caught sight of security cameras that Medina had put up in their home. After confiscating that and going over the footage, we're able to see firsthand what actually played out that night.
If he turned himself in and already, like, did that, I mean... Okay, distressing footage. That's weird. It's weird. It's strange. Like, immediately admitting responsibility and turning yourself in, that's something different was going on there. But we can't hear anything. Okay. I've been beaten by a woman before in a relationship. Happened once. Said never again. Fucking took her home, never saw her again. That shit does not fly with me. Derek fires a weapon. Okay. That's so weird. I don't know the context. I mean, that has to be in like self-defense or something, right? That's not what people do, like. That's so odd. That's so strange. I mean, damn, they got a lot of police in there.
You might notice in that video that after the smoke flies up from the gunshots, he leaves the room before returning to take a second look at her. This wasn't just to take a second look. Remember that Facebook status that I mentioned prior from Derek? He posted another one as well at around the same time. In this other post by him, we're able to see his deceased wife slumped back. The caption that he attached to this was a grim R.I.P. Jennifer Alfonso. Since this happened, Derek Medina had, like we established, turned himself in. Interestingly though, he pled in self-defense, claiming that she charged at him with a knife. Because of this claim and the results of the investigation, he was convicted of second-degree murder and ultimately was sentenced to life in prison.
Really? Really?
Across the internet, you're able to find more surveillance videos of what actually went on behind closed doors in their home. These are hard to watch, but ultimately reveal that the domestic struggles that the two faced in their relationship were probably more common than we think.
Is that life with the possibility of parole? Huh, that's weird. That's very strange.
On February 21st, 2018, in a northwest Dallas suburb, 2 house fires would occur
damn.
in a residential neighborhood.
Dallas.
These were later determined to be linked to a natural gas pipeline that runs straight through the community. 2 days later, a third incident will play out just around the corner. On February 23rd, the Rogers family's lives would be forever changed when a natural gas explosion would occur within their home. Ominously,
Where was this?
the moments leading up to this were actually documented by their 12-year-old daughter.
Hold on,
Gas pipeline.
where? Hold on.
On February 21st, 2018, in a northwest Dallas suburb, 2 house fires would
I used to live in Northwest Dallas. Irving, Euless, Bedford, Hearst, that area. Holy, this was 2018? At that time, we were in Fort Worth. Never mind.
Would occur in a residential neighborhood.
Bilbo.
These were later determined to be linked to a natural gas pipeline that runs straight through the community. 2 days later, a third incident would play out just around the corner. On February 23rd, the Rogers family's lives would be forever changed when a natural gas explosion would occur within their home. Ominously, the
Fracking.
moments leading up to this were actually documented by their 12-year-old daughter, Michelita. According to the Rogers family, she was recording iPhone videos
like
early
that.
that morning for fun, goofing off and sharing her excitement as she got ready for a cheerleading event later that day.
Don't like thinking about that.
Get ready for the NCA, National Cheerleaders Association, today. So I'm gonna start with here, turn on my lamp because I don't want to turn on all of the lights. So I went ahead and connected my straightener, and I still have to connect the curling iron. And I already got halfway started doing the braid.
Okay.
After this, she would proceed to make a time lapse of the next few minutes as she got ready. The first few
Shit.
seconds of this
She
seemed
does
pretty
better
ordinary, and
editing
there was
than I do.
absolutely no implication that anything had gone awry. Until one frame, when the camera goes dark.
No, I don't fuck around with that. I don't like that. It's fracking, though. That's exactly what it is here in North Texas. A lot of companies are doing a lot of fracking, and this is not uncommon over here. There's been a bunch of shit going on between Dallas and Denton. It's awful. It's terrible. Fracking is... it's awful.
This gas explosion had led to the passing of Michelita and the injury of her parents and brother. According to her mother, who was out of the room, this happened out of nowhere while she was asleep. Once it happened and she came to, her and her husband rushed over to their daughter to find her stuck under dresser drawers. After getting her out, they rushed her outside to firefighters who laid her on the ground, as she, at the time, was still alive. In the moments during this, her mother would whisper to her in Spanish, "Fight like a warrior," confident that she got the message. After being rushed to the hospital, about a half hour later, she was pronounced dead by doctors who claimed that her internal injuries were simply too severe.
Jesus.
The explosion had decimated their house, causing the roof to cave in and for it to sit, to this day.
Okay, not to take anything away from this truly horrific story, but I hate it when people use the word decimate. Decimate means a removal of 1/10, and somehow it got twisted around to mean the same thing as obliterate, and it does not mean that. Deci means 10. So, sorry. Weird pet peeve.
In ruin. Since this haunting event,
Weird pet
Michelita
peeve.
has become one of 9 people to have died
yeah.
by natural gas leaks in North Texas since 2006. Since this, her mother has spoken out, claiming that it hasn't gotten easier.
It never
Some
will.
days, I
It
don't
never
feel the
will.
damage in my body. I feel the pain in my heart. A lawsuit was later filed against Atmos Energy, who were in the neighborhood replacing aging steel pipes during the days leading up to and on the date of her
Fucking energy
passing.
around here.
Apparently,
Texas
the neighborhood
Energy.
that they lived in was long neglected by the company, leading to the onslaught of gas-related incidents in the area. While the company has denied the claims, the lawsuit
So
is
it
still
wasn't
pending.
fracking. It was just a shitty company.
The passing of
That's
Michelita is undoubtedly
believable,
something
too.
that no family should ever have to endure. She fought like a warrior, but seeing as she was at the very epicenter of this blast,
Oof.
not shielded by any walls or barriers, her life had come to an end in one of the most tragic ways imaginable.
Damn, you kind of just wish that it would have just done it right then and there. What'd you have to suffer for, what was it, 30 more minutes after arriving at the
A
hospital?
widow named Sandra Harold and her pet chimpanzee, Travis, have lived together in Stamford, Connecticut since 1995.
Remember this. This was
Having raised him with her
fucked
late
up.
husband since he was just days old, Sandra often referred to Travis as more of a son than a pet.
This is
They'd
so
often
fucked
bring him
up.
along to work and his shopping trips around town, and having been socialized around humans for his entire life, the Harrells maintained a growing trust in what they believed to be his extremely calm and well-trained demeanor. On the night of February 16th, 2009, this notion would be thrown into a tailspin when a friend by the name of Charla Nash would visit them. At around the same time she'd arrived, Travis had gotten a hold of Sandra's car keys and left the house. Noticing that Charla was holding a Tickle Me Elmo, Travis's favorite toy, he brutally attacked her, latching his hands onto her face
Holy
and
shit.
pulling it apart,
Oh my god.
piece by piece.
Oh yeah. Fuck.
At this
God
point, Sandra would grab a butcher knife and run out to begin stabbing him in an attempt to get him to stop. This ended up being futile though, as it only made him angrier.
Dude, monkeys are
Since
strong.
this was the case, Sandra rushed back to grab the phone.
Apes.
She dialed 911 and in a desperate plea, manically described the situation as it was unfolding in
gosh.
front of her.
Looks like a really nice neighborhood too. Sorry, that has nothing to do with anything, but
Stand for 911. Where's your emergency?
This is Sandy. 231 Rock Crimmon Road.
oh my
What's the
god.
problem?
Police. Send the police.
What's the problem there?
The chip killed my friend.
What's the problem with your friend?
Oh,
Oh my
What's
god.
the problem with your friend? I need to
Awful.
know.
send the police up with a gun. With a gun. Hurry
Who
up.
has a gun?
Please hurry up. He's
Dude.
killing my girlfriend.
What is the problem?
He's killing my
What?
friend.
Stop
Who's
asking
killing
what's
your
the
friend?
problem.
My chimpanzee.
Oh, your chimpanzee is killing your friend.
He ripped her apart. Hurry up. Hurry up, please.
There's someone on the way.
With guns, please. You shoot him.
What is the monkey doing? Tell me what the monkey's...
He ripped her face off.
Jesus Christ.
He's trying to attack me.
That's awful.
Okay, I need you to calm down a little
God.
bit. On the way. Can you
What's
put
he
yourself away? I
doing?
don't want
Ripping
the
your
monkey attacking
face
you.
off.
Please, hurry up. Listen to me.
They're on the way, ma'am.
Guns. They gotta shoot him, please. Please, hurry.
Holy shit. Yeah.
Tell him to kill him, please.
They did, Sandra. They're shooting at him already, okay?
Oh my gosh.
He's not dead.
I know they will continue until he's dead, okay? I just need you to stay on the phone with me and breathe.
Sorry, that's an absurd. That's an absurd exchange.
Oh, God.
That's awful. It's crazy. No, I couldn't do it. Couldn't do it.
When the police arrived, Travis, after engaging with the officers, was shot numerous times, which resulted in his death. As for Carla, her face was completely ripped off, and she was
oh.
immediately rushed to the hospital, where she underwent over 7 hours of surgery on her face and hands.
God.
According to medics, she lost her hands, nose, eyes, lips, mid-face bone structure, and maintained significant brain injuries. A few weeks later, it was announced that she'd be blind for life. Afterwards, she was offered the opportunity to undergo experimental transplant surgery due to the extreme nature of her injuries, and this seemed to be successful. Until later, when her body began to reject them, resulting in her undergoing even more corrective surgery. According to toxicology
like
reports, shortly before this incident, Travis had been given a mixture of prescribed Xanax and tea in Sandra's attempt at treating his Lyme disease. This is widely believed to be the cause of his manic episode, as the drug causes paranoia and hallucinations in chimpanzees.
Ugh.
In 2009,
Yeah,
the
that'll
Nash
do it.
family would file a $50 million lawsuit against Sandra Harold. A year later, though, at age 72, Harold would pass away due to a ruptured aortic aneurysm. Because of this, the Nash family ended up reaching a settlement with Harold's estate, which was valued at about $4 million.
Shit. Sounds
Charlie
about right.
Nash is, to this day, still undergoing recovery efforts from the attack. What played
Fuck.
out on the night of February 16th, 2009 is incredibly tragic and will undoubtedly remain in the back of her mind for the rest of her life.
Yeah, of course. Of course it will. She's not getting away from that. Obviously. No pun intended. I mean, it's... No, that's not
The
good.
internet is a beautifully enigmatic place. All over it,
Oh my
we're able to
gosh.
find oddities buried
The
within
rough
its
one.
darkest corners, and tonight, we've touched
Whew.
on 5 of them.
Ugh.
Thank you so much for joining me in
Was
this
number
8th
8.
installment of Disturbing Things from Around the Internet.
It's number
If you know of any
9.
other-
Back. Let's get this going. Start right there.
For the 8 other videos from this series to endure.
Yeah.
It's time.
So
On this October
crazy,
night,
crazy
to dive
series.
into 5 more hand-picked and disturbing things from around the internet.
Mm. The doll. It's gonna be like some kind of cursed Annabelle doll shit, isn't it? It's exactly
There's a
what this is
subreddit
gonna
called
be.
r/ghosts that I've been subscribed to for a while now. Most of the content on there typically falls into the category of an orb picture, a video that shows dust flying past a camera,
An
or a
orb
testimonial
picture. They
of
got
something out of
ghost
the ordinary
orbs.
that might have happened to someone.
For you
Occasionally,
Phasmophobia
however,
players.
things will pop up on there that legitimately freak me out. And such was the case here. On June 30th, a user named EnigmasLight209 made a post.
Cake day.
Years ago, my sister had a Dora doll that she really loved that could move its head electronically. However, we never put
That's
batteries
what
in
the-
it
that's
because
what
at the
they
time
said.
we couldn't afford a lot of stuff.
Ghost orbs.
My mom caught my sister
With the
singing
camera,
and playing with
you
the
know,
doll,
Phasma.
not even noticing that the doll turns its head to look at her. Attached here is a video that's 33 seconds long. In it, we can see the bizarre phenomenon that they'd experienced. Have a look.
Hmm. Alright. It's gonna turn its head. No. No. It's very, very cleverly hidden right where the door is. Very, very cleverly. Uh-huh. No. I'm saying bullshit on that one.
According to the OP, this video was filmed by their mother. Apparently, she thought the singing was cute and whipped her phone out to record. It was only at the moment when the mom finally showed the dad that the weird movement was noticed.
No.
In this comment, they explain,
I'm not buying it.
"While I have no way to show credibility other than my word, I'll add a bit of info. My mom and sister were the only ones home at the time, and my mom thought my sister was really cute singing and stuff. When my dad came home, my mom showed him the video of her, and he was the one to notice its movement.
What?
He's actually the one who
No.
recorded the video I posted in this post. As for the doll, he threw it away that same."
Hold on. They showed his dad, but it says he's the one who recorded the video I posted in this post? Wait, that doesn't make sense. My mom and sister were the only ones home at the time, and my mom thought my sister was really cute singing. When my dad came home, my mom showed him the video of her. He was the one to notice its movement. Like, it's like the most noticeable thing ever. How could you not notice it? He's actually the one who recorded the video I posted in this post. That doesn't make sense. That last sentence doesn't make sense to me.
Night. Now, if there's one thing I've learned from running this channel, it's to always remain a skeptic.
Yeah.
Enigma's Light definitely seems genuine here, and while I'd love to believe that we've captured some sort of ghost activity on camera, unfortunately, without concrete proof that there weren't any batteries inside of it, it's hard to completely run with their story. Regardless, the video and testimony is one of the creepier ones that I've seen online.
Sure.
And if their story is legitimate, then, well, it looks as if they've caught some sort of paranormal entity on camera. Good thing OP threw that doll away.
Why LOL? What did he say? Was that in that?
Caught some testimony
That was in that,
without concrete proof that there
Oh,
weren't any
yeah, when it
batteries
moved.
inside
Oh, yeah,
the
that's what you're
camera.
saying. Right there at the end.
Unfortunately, without concrete proof that there weren't any batteries inside the camera.
Yeah, it's weird. It's
Good thing
all
OP
that
threw that doll away.
got a little too much convenience all wrapped around it. And again, I tell people this all the time. Whenever I tell them a story and they're like, "No, that's not true." It's like, I'm just telling you what I'm telling you. Whether you believe it or whether you don't, has no bearing on what actually happened. So, Don't believe it all you want. Whatever happened did happen, though. Like, regardless of you, me, or anyone who thinks of anything. That's how I cope with the afterlife. It's like, it doesn't matter what you believe or I believe or whatever. Whatever's gonna happen after your life is it's gonna happen. Takes into account no one but reality.
Entry number 2 comes from YouTube. Back in February of 2011, a user by the name of Boog731
Boogie.
would begin to make a series of videos outlining an extremely odd stalking situation that they'd become wrapped up in. According to a February 12th upload, Boog claims that for several months, a guy has made it a point to sit next to him on the train, follow him from there to his car, and strike up conversations that led absolutely nowhere. After threatening legal action, he still unapologetically persisted.
It's like some kind of Scientology church
Apparently, this all stemmed from one simple conversation that this man, named Gerard, attempted to start with him months prior. Unbeknownst to Boog, this simple convo would result in him opening up a can of worms that would become his worst nightmare.
You think?
On his channel, we see 4 videos in different situations, all surrounding Gerard following him on different days.
It's weird. Tan shirt, black pants, blue backpack. Yeah. Dude, that's a really pretty sky. That's clever. Now that we have cameras in our phones, you don't have to look back. You just hold the phone over your shoulder. May not be the best thing, but it's effective, I guess.
And I have the train cars.
Eventually, Boog becomes fed up and decides to confront him directly about his incessant stalking. In the last video he took, on February 18th,
Never been stalked.
he decides to make a scene in order to get the point across that he wants to be left alone. Here, the video opens up with Gerard following Boog off the train before Boog finally turns around and tells him to get back on and to stop following him.
The Gerard person is his stalker, okay.
Stay on. Gerard, stay on the fucking train.
There you go.
Stop following me.
Dude, he
Sit down.
snapped. He
Stop
pulled a
following
U.
me.
He pulled a Soru. Dude was asking him to watch videos and play different music. He ain't having it anymore. Gotta put that fucking band hammer down.
Sit down and stop following me. We're going. Sit down.
That's so funny. I think it's hilarious listening to that.
Can you get him to stop following me, please?
Okay, somebody to get off the train and somebody to stay on. Guys, why are you following him?
I don't know.
Does that person ever come to your stream anymore? That 8-year-old? Or do you, like, spook them off?
And here he is, still following me.
As we could see, even the efforts by the woman that helped him board a different train
Stalker's
car
real
were
weird,
futile,
yeah.
as the second that Boog sat down and looked to the left, Gerard was staring directly at him.
Dude, like, that's so fucking
Unfortunately,
strange.
after this point in time, the uploads regarding this seem to stop entirely.
Oh, he plays WoW.
While this is so, Boog did end up giving us an update after all.
Did you ever
Albeit
play WoW?
in the form of
Anyone?
a description update. Here, he
Soru?
claims
Anybody
this.
else that's watching this on YouTube?
Thank you
play
all
WoW?
for the concerned and constructive comments and feedback on these stalker videos. These were recorded in 2011, and since then, this guy has disappeared. After bringing the police in on the
Okay,
matter,
that
I think
person
he got
still
the
comes
hint,
in there.
and I was left alone. There are numerous other events that weirded me out,
weird,
which
yeah.
aren't detailed in the videos, but I was lucky and was unscathed in all of my interactions. So, luckily Boog was okay.
What was the thing that...
Regardless though, Acquiring a stalker is never a fun situation to deal with. Boog had no idea who this guy was or what he was capable of, and if
You know, that's a good lesson to take, because I've been thinking about that a lot lately, about like Twitter. And I try to keep my mouth closed as much as possible, because there is, inevitably there's going to be one person that you piss off because you made look stupid, or you're criticizing something that they don't like, and then us being YouTubers, as small as we are, but there's people like that. It's like, oh, I'm going to get him. He made me look like a dumbass on Twitter. And then you're going to have your rich stalker situation, all that bullshit, people with way, way, way too much time and are malicious that can do that. So I've definitely tried to not piss off anyone, if at all possible, on Twitter.
If he was this persistent in following him on camera, I can only imagine where else he possibly followed him when they were turned off.
Yeah, that's creepy. I don't know. It's really creepy. Quick Trip. I like Quick Trip. Quick Trip actually has some pretty damn good food for a freaking convenience store.
On Sunday, February 10th, 2019.
No, wait, that's
an
QT.
Extremely terrifying incident
No,
was
that's
unfolded
Quick
at a
Trip.
gas station in
QT
Hall
is
County,
Quick Trip.
Georgia. Early that morning,
Right?
a couple pulled into the parking lot of a Quick Trip gas station and parked near the front
Yeah.
door.
Yeah, QT, yeah.
Soon after, a man approached their vehicle before an altercation broke out, resulting in the death of the passenger inside. Eerily, when this was unfolding, bystanders were in their car recording the entire thing on Snapchat.
That does not look
The
like
video
a
that you're about to
Quick
watch
Trip.
is about 30 seconds long and is absolutely chilling.
That's probably just a random gas station. Yeah, just for B-roll. This Quick Trip is red. Really good corn dogs, though. Kyle just witnessed a motherfucker. Here we go. Hold on. It says Kyle just witnessed a motherfucking homicide. B-U-F-O-R-D. Yo, Buford. What the fuck does that say? Wilden? I can't, whatever. Yo, Buford, whatever. Like, fuck, y'all stay safe. Just witnessed by yours truly, WTF Buford. Okay, I'm a boomer. I don't know what the fuck half of that means.
Yo. Look, he has his gun out.
Yeah. God.
Hold on.
He's gonna pop him, isn't he? Yep, there it is. Dude, no. Holy shit, that guy is done. Holy fuck.
James Elliott Bloxham, the alleged ex-boyfriend of the driver of the vehicle, was charged with the felony murder of a man by the name of Chester Morrison. Bloxham fired the first round into Morrison's head, then 6 shots thereafter into his torso. Apparently, Bloxham chased the vehicle from Buford to Gainesville, which is about a 30-minute trip, attempting to run them off the road the entire time.
Yeah, it's in
before
Texas,
the
of course
situation
it is.
eventually unfolded. While it was taking place, people inside the gas station ran into the back cooler in hopes of hiding from the gunman. Was charged with the
Wait, he was charged with the felony of killing that other guy? Wait, didn't it say something about a girlfriend?
James Elliott Bloxham, the alleged ex-boyfriend of the driver of the vehicle.
This guy was the ex-boyfriend of the driver of the vehicle.
Was charged with the felony murder of a man by the name of Chester Morrison. Bloxham fired the first round into Morrison's head, then 6 shots thereafter into his torso.
Okay.
Apparently,
Were they gay?
Bloxham chased
I mean,
the vehicle from Buford to
care one way or
Gainesville,
the other.
which is about a 30-minute trip,
Oh, no, that's-
attempting to run them off the road the
it's
entire
Georgia.
time
Never
before
mind.
this situation eventually unfolded. While it was taking place, people inside the gas station ran into the back cooler in hopes of hiding from the gunmen. Luckily, no one else was harmed in the incident, and while a motive is still unclear, it's believed to be related to a relationship that she was in with both men at the same time.
Oh,
Though,
yeah.
take that with a huge grain of salt.
Man, sure.
Footage like this especially unnerves me,
Rough,
since
yeah.
it puts us directly in the shoes of the people that were actually there. No dramatized story, no fictional details, but a real-world look into something that can truly happen anywhere you least expect it.
Pretty much. It's rough. Is it sad that I'm not like... It's sad to say that that's such a common occurrence that it doesn't affect me. It's really fucked up of me to say. And I really wish it weren't that way, but...
Good afternoon.
Nice to meet you.
This is a thing.
I'm so glad you can make it here today. My name is Kaylin, founder of Scrapbooking for Everyone. I like to create scrapbooks.
Yeah, she's pretty cute, I guess. That guy is incredibly strange. I mean, I am too, but I don't know about that.
In June of
That's
2019,
strange.
a man named Philip Schwab and a woman named Kaylin Blue, both from the video, were going about their engagement as usual. The two lived with Schwab's mother in Idaho Falls, Idaho, and
they
seemed
were
to be doing
together.
pretty
Okay.
well. Or so most people thought. Eerily, on the night of Saturday, June 22nd,
2 days before
everything
my
would go
birthday.
horribly awry while Schwab's mother was away. Philip seemed to snap, or so it seemed.
The weird guy?
On his Facebook, beginning at around noon, he'd make 3 posts.
The weird guys? Well,
What would I be doing with the shovel, bitch? How to get away with murder, twice.
you should probably
If
not
stabbing
post that
people
on
is
Facebook.
wrong, I don't want to be right.
Bro, like, why would you post that on Facebook? Obviously, it's heinous that you did that, but seriously. What? Okay. Sure.
And the next night, his posts would become even stranger.
Dude, bro, like, get off of Facebook. Don't murder
Nine
people
one.
either, but shit.
Outside are the dogs.
He's gonna pull a
9:45. I know
Ramsey.
it's coming. I'd love to stay and chat, but you are a bitch.
Gosh. He's pulling a
Silent
Ramsey
but
Bolton.
deadly. Still smells better than you, bitch. She deserved quicker. Should have known. God backwards. Spend all day kissing ass. You know they eat dog in China. See, Don? 2 sides to every coin.
The fuck?
Enjoying
What?
the show, Cheech? Need warm-up music. Yeah, you're next, Dad.
The fuck?
Now, some might assume that he was either shitposting or being edgy,
Yeah.
but he wasn't. After June 23rd, Kaylin seemed to disappear. She worked at Walgreens, and after missing a few shifts that week,
How fucking good is Cinnamon Toast Crunch? Oh my god. We had a box recently. I never need to get that. It's way too good and way too fucking terrible for you.
her coworkers alerted her family
It's so
members
good.
who requested that police do a welfare check. And so they did. Upon arriving to their household, Schwab promptly let them in, but they quickly realized that something was wrong. Officers claimed to discover some blood scattered around the household, and soon after, Schwab admitted that he, quote, might have hurt Kaylin.
So he did.
After asking
Let's
for
say might.
details, he escorted them to the backyard to show the spot where he buried her. Immediately after this, he was arrested, the street was closed off, and the investigation was started.
What's the deal with the dogs then?
That the defendant Philip Michael Schwab, on or about the 23rd day of June 2019 in the county of Bonneville, state of Idaho, did willfully, unlawfully, deliberately, with malice aforethought and premeditation, kill Kaylin Marie Blue, a human being, by stabbing her, thereby causing her death.
Ugh,
The
stabbing.
possible penalties are the death penalty, life
Yeah.
imprisonment with a minimum of 10 years, $5,000 compensatory fine, and $50,000 fine along with restitution. So are you aware of that charge against you and those possible penalties?
Yes.
Right. Now,
What a fucking piece of trash.
According to his confession, Kaylin apparently moves around in her sleep pretty heavily, and that night, when she routinely woke him up doing this, he proceeded to stab her in the neck.
God damn.
When
Jesus.
it woke her up, she desperately attempted to flee to the bathroom. However, he stabbed her over and over during her attempts to get away, until she was dead. Afterwards,
Why?
he dragged the body to the backyard, buried her, and went forth to kill their 2 dogs before dumping them into their trash cans.
Oh, fuck this guy,
You
too.
might notice
Fuck
that
him.
all of this lines up with his
Fuck
cryptic
him.
Facebook posts almost perfectly.
I thought he, like, fed her to dogs. No, he fucking killed the dogs, too. Dude, fuck this piece of trash. Give him the fucking death penalty. Fuck that guy, dude. And we were just talking about this, like, animal abuse. No, that guy can go fuck right off.
Perfectly. Police claimed that Blue's face was still visible from beneath the dirt when they found her,
Oh my
and that this seemed to be a
gosh.
premeditated event, as Schwab also claimed that he placed the knife in his nightstand just a few days prior. The video that you saw earlier was one that the two filmed for her YouTube channel in 2016, and it's completely bizarre to watch, knowing that just 3 years later, this would play out.
Ugh.
Kaylin confided in Philip, and almost overnight, he went from being an ordinary fiancé to a sickening murderer that would likely spend the rest of his life behind bars.
Why? Why did he do it? What's the motive? Because she fucking, like, stole too much covers on the bed or something? She, like, turned wrong? What?
There's a channel on YouTube by the name of Kate Yup. Something a bit odd about Miss Yup is the fact that you can't contact her at all.
Oh, she got a
Look for links in the
$250,000
description.
subs.
Good luck. Email in the About section, non-existent.
It's YouTube.
But that isn't even the weirdest part. Allow me to establish some pretext. Kate Yup is an up-and-coming mukbang channel that's been making videos since March of 2018. Her typical style involves her wearing a mask to conceal her face while consuming ungodly amounts of food in one sitting. Now, it's pretty normal stuff in the world of mukbang, but it gets deeper.
I don't like that.
At one point, Kate made videos weekly. Now, it's monthly, if that. Her audience began picking up on her slowing upload schedule, but really didn't think much of it because it's really not that out of the ordinary. So why are we talking about her?
Why are we talking about her?
Well, there's one video on her channel that successfully sparked a wildfire of theories, pondering if she's being held captive.
Man, I do not fuck with octopus. I just generally don't like seafood. I'll eat like the fucking fast food stuff or tuna, but my girlfriend brought me to a sushi place and they got a octopus that looked like that. Oh my gosh. It looked like a toy. Ugh, nuh-uh.
In this
Not for me.
upload, her audience began to notice things.
Not for me.
Signs that something was awry.
God. I don't fuck around with mouth noises either. Man, I don't know. I don't get why people like that. Oh. I'm like seriously about to throw up.
See it? Her arm is bruised, her lip is busted. At one point in the video, she capitalizes the letters SOS in a caption. And the most damning evidence? Morse code. Specifically spelling out the words, help me. Though I'm extremely skeptical on that last one.
Is it? I don't know if that's it. Man,
Her audience went into a
legitimately
frenzy,
can't.
and all over the world, commenters chimed in asking if she was okay. Interestingly though, Kate would address these comments in an extremely bizarre fashion. Not a simple, guys,
You've heard of this one, Sword?
Not a quick update video, but rather a copy and paste of a comment made about her from Reddit.
Okay.
It's not Morse code. That isn't even how Morse code works. It's a series of short and long pulses. even thinking outside the box by assuming she's using one finger for long pulses and the other for short pulses, she taps 3 fingers on the bowl. It's just random tapping, and there's no correlation between her tapping and the Morse code. I couldn't identify a single letter. Every other claim, aside from the bruises, is just silly. Why would a captor let her edit the videos? That doesn't even make sense. And if Joe YouTuber could spot the SOS, so would they.
That's true.
And if she knew enough to use SOS as a call for help, why on earth wouldn't she have tapped that on the bowl? It's the only Morse code I have memorized.
I do too.
Also, the bowl moves, so what? Because her hand is resting on it. It moves perfectly with the rest of her body. Finally, her lip does not look busted. It's either a cold sore, which could explain it showing up more than once, or a bad blemish.
Wow.
And everyone lost it. Holy shit, what the fuck? Are you okay?
Oh, that's her.
It's the murderer
It's
writing.
her, yeah.
Don't be fooled, everyone. So prove it with another video.
That's her account. I gotcha.
And then she went dark. From June 21st onward, absolutely nothing more was posted again. At least until August 15th, but we'll get more into that in a second. Anyway, meanwhile, Reddit ran with this, genuinely concerned that something was wrong and that she needed help. Thread after thread was made, discussing various theories with this, but without any way to contact Kate at all, outside of her comment section. Putting these theories to rest was futile. A lot of people were speculating that she could be held captive, forced to make these videos for a third party that's monitoring her as she records. They supported this by showing that in one of the videos, the bowl moves without her touching it, implying that, coupled with the capitalized SOS,
how do we know she's
her
not
busted lip, and the bruised arm, this is all against her will. But was she? Or was everyone overthinking this?
I don't see the busted part on her. The left. Yeah.
August 15th.
Yeah, that looks like a cold sore. Not
I'm
gonna lie.
alive.
Yeah, absolutely. That had to have been a cold sore. Okay, you can see to my smile. Everything is okay for me. Exclamation point. Oh. Dude, nah, octopus tentacles, love that. You can, yeah. You can have mine. Have fun. Good job. Good job.
You notice anything odd about the bolded letters in the captions? Keep that in mind. We'll come back to that in a second. Anyway, here, she addresses the audience and claims that she's okay. Definitely nothing to see here, right? She is smiling after all. She then goes forth here to explain to the audience that she absolutely loves the food she's eating. Octopus tentacles, love that.
Octopus.
Brown shrimps, so much flavor, salty and crunchy, so good. Salmon, raw of course. My first love,
man,
the butter of the oceans.
Cooked salmon, not raw.
But then you notice that she didn't capitalize the beginning of these. I wonder why.
I don't know. It's weird.
002 H 007
Yeah, she eats raw salmon.
E 752 L.
I guess if it's like in a sushi or something. P.
P.
I called it fucking master detective.
After scrubbing through, none of the other captions contain any other capital letters, so this undoubtedly was intentional. Because of this, interest in her channel was fueled once more on Reddit and...
Well, wait. Because all the other ones that didn't have captions weren't the start of a new sentence. Am I wrong on that? Brown shrimps, she eats salmon raw. Those aren't capitalized because they're part of the same thought. Octopus tentacles. What'd she post right before that? Everything is okay for me.
Then goes forth here to explain to the audience that she absolutely loves the food she's eating. Octopus tentacles.
Okay, that would be the start of a new thought, of a new sentence, but okay, well, maybe I'm wrong. Probably am. Anyway. Trying to get to the bottom of it.
Interesting. After scrubbing through, none of the other captions contain any other capital letters, so this undoubtedly was intentional.
What is she eating? I don't know. Do you know all this shit? I don't fuck around with seafood. I don't know any of it. Is this like sesame sauce? Kind of? I don't know. I know Chinese food.
Because of this, interest in her channel was fueled once more on Reddit and in her comments. People have postulated that she could, much like most had assumed with Marina Joyce, be forced into doing this by a captor, and motives have ranged from financial gain to her potentially being trafficked.
Marina Joyce.
All in all, it's hard to discount the stark evidence pointing to the possibility of something deeper going on here.
We may have to
Kate Yup is a bizarrely confined
go
channel,
into that.
locked solely into the realm of YouTube, giving us absolutely no method of contacting her outside the platform.
It's all seafood. That stuff that she was dipping in, that had all the little seeds, that's not sesame sauce. That's something else.
While in her latest upload, the help acrostic is the most obvious, it could simply be her playing into this newfound mystery for clicks. If she isn't, however, then we're firsthand witnessing someone that's in trouble, desperate.
That would be some masterful 4D chess she's playing. If she's playing into them, ooh.
Really reaching out in any way she's able in order to gain a sliver of help.
But yeah, I don't know. I don't know what to say.
The internet is somewhat of a diary for some of the most unnerving things that can ever happen in real life. And tonight,
that was
dug through
9.
5 more of them.
Let's go into 10.
Thank you so much for.
You think it's sesame? Yeah, I did too. I love sesame sauce. Fucking love that shit. Okay. this is gonna get my this inevitable video age restricted, clearly.
2018.
If his
there
is.
were a few creepy oddities that I found back at that point in time. But little did naive me know that if you do a bit of digging, you'll unearth a bit more than you were ever prepared for.
I want to go down a rabbit hole like this that nobody's ever done. I want to stumble upon something weird.
Tonight, I aim to celebrate the 10th episode of this series with some of the most bone-chilling discoveries that I've come across to date. I mean that. If you're here for a casual viewing experience, I suggest you leave now.
Yeah.
It's time to get into 5 more hand-picked and disturbing things from around the internet.
If you've come to the Evan Glare channel and expected good content, I advise you to leave right now. Oh, it's sad because it's true. Thunder. You know, thunder is like my favorite thing ever. Like, of all the experiences I have as a human being, thunder is like number 1. I fucking love that. Random information that nobody needs to know, but
the popularity of doorbell cameras has been on the rise since the mid-2010s, being utilized as tools that can monitor your home when you're away. Residents that own them have caught some incredibly bizarre footage.
Bro.
While a disturbing masked figure, a TV man, and a girl stumbling onto someone's porch are some of the most notable bits of video out there, being utilized as tools that can monitor your home when you're away. Residents that own them have caught some incredibly bizarre footage. While a disturbing masked figure,
creepy,
a TV man.
Wait, what the fuck is? Oh my god, what just is this? That's something something I would never see. I thought I would never see.
And a girl stumbling onto someone's porch are some of the most notable bits of video out there. They pale in comparison to how unnerving the following footage is. On the night of November 12th, 2019, at 11:11 p.m., a family in Los Angeles heard screaming that sounded like a kidnapping or a murder was taking place. After the initial shock of hearing it, they went out to their porch in hopes of witnessing.
All right, I'm going to be really, really nerdy, and I bet people that have reacted to this have never said what I'm about to say. I don't like this sky, because if you look at the moon, there is a crater right here that has a bunch of ejecta around it. That's called the Tycho Brahe crater. That should be on the bottom whenever viewed from the northern hemisphere. Or it should be on the top if you're viewing it from the southern hemisphere. But in no way would it be to the right or left. I believe. So they must have like rotated that a little bit.
What was
well, yeah.
Folding.
I'm pretty sure I'm right on that. Oh. Oh, I was watching that Nick Crowley. Nick Crowley has another this is what he was talking about. Sorry, we're going to get to that here in a little while, but he was talking about this. Jesus Christ. This was in Galveston? Is that right?
Shortly after this incident, the police were called out to location to investigate. They questioned residents and inquired with the surrounding homes on if they too had a doorbell camera. However, not much came of it, aside from a few eyewitness accounts. Those that were able to catch a glimpse of the chaos claimed that the vehicle in question was an unknown white hatchback. Apparently, while the woman was screaming for help, a man in the driver's seat was apologizing nonstop before the vehicle sped off out of earshot. As of writing, this investigation is ongoing. Surprisingly, updates have been sparse, leaving various onlookers frustrated at the lack of a resolution.
It's awful.
The woman's screams were bone-chilling, and unfortunately, without a conclusive lead so far, we're merely left to keep an ear out, hoping that she made it out of that situation unharmed.
That's the white hatchback they're talking about right there? I don't know. Weird. Was that in Galveston though? Hold on. 5:38. Let me go back a little bit.
Not most notable bits of video out there. At 11:11 p.m., stumbling onto someone's porch are some of the most notable bits of video out there. They pale in comparison to how unnerving the following footage is. On the night of November 12th, 2019, at 11:11 p.m., a family in Los Angeles.
Oh, Los Angeles. Okay. I don't know why I thought it was Galveston. I'm a fucking idiot. Whatever. Ghost in the attic.
On June 26, 2019, a Redditor named Bleach Pong would make a post that would quickly shoot to the top of the r/paranormal subreddit. It bears the title. After years of hearing weird noises in our house, we captured something eerie on video. Here, they go forward to explain a bit of backstory about some strange happenings that have played out in their home, while accompanying this entire post with an extremely eerie video. In that backstory, they explain the following. First of all, I've never believed in ghosts, and I don't consider my home to be a creepy place at all. The house was only built about 9 years ago, and as far as I know, the land it's on doesn't have a dark history of any kind. However, ever since we moved in, we've experienced some strange things. The weirdest part is most of what we've experienced involves toys. Aside from one time, my brother says he clearly heard our dad calling his name from downstairs, only to find out he was the only one home.
Hallucinations?
One recurring thing we've heard tons of times over the years is the sound of someone digging around in this big plastic tub of Lego pieces. When we were kids, we all collected and built Bionicles all the time in our playroom upstairs.
Hell yeah.
The sound of shifting the pieces around to look for a part makes a very loud and distinct noise that everyone in our house became familiar with, but it was common for us to hear it when we were certain that no one was up there. When we got older, we stored our vast collection of Bionicles and tub of loose parts in a long closet, and we've continued to hear the noise coming from there every now and then. We've always been confused and weirded out by the sound, but we never bothered to record the noises, just because everyone in our house has heard it firsthand, and a recording of the sound of Legos in the next room didn't seem like it would interest anyone else. We told a friend about this, who thought it was crazy, and insisted that we record it next time.
Yeah, put a webcam in there.
That, both of my brothers were watching TV and heard the sound down the hall. They immediately started recording, and we got pretty decent audio of the noise. I want to reiterate that we've never felt unsafe in our home. We're not bothered by the things we've experienced, but they're a little strange. Let me know what you think.
Okay.
The video attached is about 1.5 minutes long and shows the 3 guys pausing their baseball game because they've just heard something out of the ordinary.
Hear it. Let's go. Give me the goods. Oh yeah, I do hear it. Bro, this is some phasmophobia shit. Don't do that. Gonna fucking get hunted now.
There's literally nothing in here. And look how heavy this is.
Holy shit.
There's nothing up here.
It's a lot of fucking Bionicle Legos. Yeah, exactly. Nah. They're fucking staged. I'm sorry. Skeptic. Scientist. Physics. Don't. Don't
As we
buy it.
can see in that footage, the upper torso of that large action figure moved, just like that door doll in the previous Disturbing Things episode.
And look.
People have gone forth to claim that it could only be a battery-powered figure, or that a mouse might have bumped it, but Bleach Pong denied these both, accompanying their explanation with the full photo of how it was built. Furthermore, they claim that if it were a mouse,
I want Bionicles now.
if anything,
Shit.
they'd merely move a few pieces around and not its entire torso. Seeing as the figure is considerably taller than an already tall cereal box,
that thing looks
it would take
fucking
a substantial
badass.
amount of force to rotate it, especially
I want that
given
now.
the fact that there isn't exactly a hinge anywhere near its stomach. The only explanation I can really entertain here would be a hoax. However, that would take an extremely small and well-hidden person to sit back there, completely invisible by the camera. Also, the subtlety of the shots, which happens in just a mere split second, lends credence to the fact that the video that they caught was what they presumed to be real, without any sort of foul play.
I don't know.
Since this incident, Bleach Pong has vanished. Gone. No updates, which leaves the mystery surrounding this footage stuck in limbo.
The Bionicle got him.
I truly hope that sometime in the near future, they make a return with pictures, footage, or anything, so we can dig into this mystery a bit deeper. For all we know, it could be something mundane or innocent, but given the aforementioned circumstances, it's hard to discount the possibility that Bleach Pong just might have witnessed a haunting.
Okay. Damn, I want some fucking Bionicles now. Shit. I never had any when I was a kid. Legos were awesome. Everybody can enjoy Legos. Shit, we used to use that in in college in physics for building AI bots stuff. Pretty cool.
Up next involves a man by the name of Tim Birmingham.
Ooh.
For the past few years now, he's been vlogging his life on his self-titled YouTube channel, and if you watch a bit of his content, you'll notice pretty quickly that Tim is an extremely likable guy. He's a big foodie.
I bet he
loves
is.
the Detroit Lions,
Hell yeah.
and ultimately seems to carry a pretty easygoing life.
Hell yeah. Life goals. Hashtag life goals.
Unfortunately, in the midst of his uploads, there's one that starkly stands out as one of the most unintentionally unsettling ones on his channel. In an upload titled, "She's Still Sleeping," we're able to observe one of his daily vlogs. Before I explain the backstory, have a look at it.
Okay. Timothy Birmingham. What are we watching?
Hey everyone, how you doing? Hey, it's me, Timothy.
Timothy.
She's still sleeping. And she's still sleeping at about past 12 o'clock in the afternoon, everyone.
Don't shame her. It's a public assault on myself too.
Rarity for Penny to do is sleeping. But yeah, she's sleeping away. Wow, can't believe it. Can't believe it. Amazing, she's just sleeping in.
Okay.
Not used to seeing her sleep in. Usually she's up and being on her computer or doing something, but she must be tired.
Okay. Don't get it.
In the video, Tim cheerfully explains that his wife is sleeping in abnormally late and that she's usually up by this point playing on the computer. It's past noon now, and while it's not out of the ordinary for people to sleep past this, little does he know during filming that she isn't sleeping.
She's dead.
Penny Bice, Tim's significant other, passed away that night in her sleep due to unknown circumstances.
Shit.
In a follow-up video to this one, he explains that she was up the night before, playing on her computer, and went to bed as usual. The two apparently fight over the blanket pretty often, and he recalls her doing that night, all with no real indication that anything was vitally wrong. Also in this, Tim addresses some of the comments that people left, heavily criticizing him for keeping the video up.
Why?
He claimed that he wanted to leave it be so he could have something to remember her by, and seeing as this was over 2 years ago now, it seems that he held true to his word.
It's not like she was like bleeding out with gore and shit. Just, I don't know.
Tim seems to be doing okay for himself now, back at it with his vlogs, food reviews, and sports recaps. Occasionally, he'll upload tribute videos about his beloved Penny, and these are usually met with overwhelming support.
That fucking sucks shit. Could have been like an
She's still
aneurysm.
sleeping, to me, is insanely jarring. What appears to be a normal, everyday vlog about his loved one sleeping was, in actuality, not at all what it seemed.
Yeah, that sucks. It's not spooky, it's just weird to think about. Also think about that you were sleeping next to a dead person for however many hours. But yeah, that, I don't know, happens. Not to brush her off or anything. But,
We all love a good night out, especially in college. In September of 2019, at the University of Ohio, students were throwing a pretty large Project X-style house party. Everything seemed to be going just fine, until one man decided that he'd raise his glass for a toast in one of the most extreme ways possible. Tyler Uhr, someone who the university claims is not a student there, decided to climb a utility pole, of all things, to perform this stunt. As you might expect, this didn't turn out well for him.
Yep.
But even worse, this was all captured by multiple people on Snapchat.
Oh God, I've
The
seen
following
shit like
footage is what
this.
they witnessed.
I've seen tons of these kind of videos. People fucked around and they found out. Yeah. Yeah. Bro, like, yeah, I mean, yeah. It's electricity, that's what it does. I mean, I don't really know what else to say. Like,
as we could see, after being electrocuted, he goes limp before falling an entire 30 feet to the ground. Very fortunately for him, he survived.
What? He survived?
Everyone initially thought he was dead.
Holy shit.
On social media, these videos
I thought
blew
that
up.
was it. I would have
Because
bet
of this,
money that was
people
it.
honed in on Barstool Sports, a Twitter account that's notorious for tweeting out stunts pulled by college students. At the time, though, many, including them, didn't believe the fact that he survived, And
Yeah,
so I put out
absolutely
the following
not.
message. Please stop messaging us the video of the guy getting electrocuted on Palmer tonight. We're not posting it.
Huh.
In the first response to this, though, we're able to see the gruesome aftermath of what happened.
Uh-oh.
A Twitter user named Zushin tweeted the following. Well, here's the aftermath. He's okay. With this video.
Oh, I got a video. Okay. Oof.
Tyler later claimed on Twitter, I broke 3 bones in my left leg,
Yeah.
and 1 broke through my skin. I have a slight fracture in my right hand and 4 minor breaks in my back.
Shit.
I also got a lot of burns from this and will be out of work for at least 8 weeks or more, so
Right.
anything helps.
Probably more.
God bless.
Wow.
This was accompanied by a GoFundMe to assist with his medical bills, but unfortunately for him, this was met with a negative response.
Why?
All in all, he seems to be recovering. What many thought was
Huh,
going to be a
weird.
simple night out at a house party, in reality, quickly turned dour. Tyler Uwer's stunt was an incredibly dumb move, leaving partygoers stunned at the possibility that they'd single-handedly witnessed a fatal freak accident.
So-
Luckily, that wasn't the case, but this situation serves as a lesson, hopefully repelling others that would have any shred of a desire to
Yeah.
attempt anything remotely similar to this in the future.
No. But hot take, no. Let those people go up there. Let them fuck around and find out. You shouldn't be told to not go up there. Especially at a college. No, fuck that. Let them go up there. If they want to. I'm not saying make them. I'm saying if they want to go up there, I'm not going to stop them. Is that like super mean and vindictive? Cold? I don't know. Curious on why this GoFundMe didn't pan out. Maybe people also thought he was stupid. It's like, no, I'm not giving him my
I've wanted to
money.
talk about this from the day I've started this series.
Uh-oh.
To cap off this episode, I wanted to discuss what I personally believe to be, by far, one of the most disturbing pieces of media that presently exists on the internet.
Mm-hmm.
On the night of February 20th, 2003, a band by the name of Great Whites was headlining a show at a West Warwick, Rhode Island venue by the name of the station. The footage you're watching was captured by a journalist named Brian Butler from the town's local news station, WPRI. In attendance to shoot a video about nightclub safety, he began documenting the band's opening song, Desert Moon.
Haven't
Everyone
been
seemed
to
to
a
be having a
concert
great
in a
time,
while.
with nothing seemed to have gone awry. But little did they know that this performance would rapidly devolve into the 10th deadliest nightclub fire in world history.
Oh shit.
So what happened? Just seconds into the song, the band's tour manager, Michael Bichelle, set off pyrotechnics that he claimed he was permitted to use by the nightclub's owner.
No fucking way. That is such a tiny space. No fucking way they would let pyrotechnics in
The
there.
band's tour manager,
No way.
Michael Bichelle, set off pyrotechnics that he claimed he was permitted to use by the nightclub's owner.
Look how tiny that
What he
stage
and the audience
is.
didn't see coming was the fact that these would suddenly set fire to the studio foam that surrounded the backside of the stage.
Really? Sparks set fire to something? Fucking call me shocked about that.
Everyone thought it was part of the show.
Really? Sparks? Sparks don't do that. Right? No. God. People are so dumb. No, that's it. Dude, like... Oh yeah, they're on fire. They're on fire. That's not good. Yeah, no.
Once people began to realize that
Not
the
good.
fire wasn't intended, a manic rush to get out took place. In less than 60 seconds, the entire stage was ablaze. While there were 4 exits to the building, the
Holy
vast majority
shit.
of attendees stormed the front door that they entered through, resulting in a dog pile that
Ugh.
severely slowed everyone's exit. Because of this, everyone
Awful.
began to panic further, leading to a massive jam in the narrow hallway that surrounded that route.
Gosh.
Brian, among a few others, ended up making it out safely. However, the remainder of the footage shows that the vast majority of concert goers weren't quite as lucky.
Oh.
In the latter half of the video, screams, mass panic, and smoke can be observed coming from the building that, after a matter of minutes, was completely ablaze.
Shit. Nah. Fuck. Oh my gosh. It's fucking terrifying. Oh man. They're never not going to hear those screams when they try to go to sleep every night for the rest of their lives. So horrific. Yeah. Like, I don't know, it's weird how they're coming out so slow. I guess because it's just packed or something.
That night, 100 people lost their lives, with 230 of them bearing non-fatal injuries.
Well,
among those that passed were the band's guitarist, Tyler Longley, and the show's MC, Michael Gonsalves, both of which were believed to have lost valuable escape time due to their attempts at salvaging their equipment. In a first-hand account by Brian Butler, the one that captured the footage, they claim the following. It was that fast. As soon as the pyrotechnics stopped, the flame had started on the egg crate backing behind the stage, and it just went up the ceiling, and people stood and watched it, and some people backed off. When I turned around, people were already trying to leave, and others were just sitting there going, "Yeah, that's great." And I remember that statement because I was like, this is not great. This is time to leave.
Nope. I did not
At first,
think
there was no panic. Everyone just kind of turned.
I didn't think egg crate foam caught fire. I thought it melted.
Most people still just stood there. In the other rooms, the smoke hadn't gotten to them. The flame wasn't that bad, and they didn't think anything of it. Well, I guess once we all started to turn towards the door, and we got bottlenecked into the front door, people just kept pushing, and eventually everyone popped out of the door, including myself. That's when I turned back. I went around back. There was no one coming out of the back door anymore. I kicked out a side window to try to get people out of there. One guy did crawl out. I went back around the front again, and that's when you saw people stacked on top of each other, trying to get out the front door.
God
and by then, the black smoke was pouring out over their heads. I noticed when the pyro stopped, the flame had kept going on both sides, and then on one side, I noticed it come over the top, and that's when I said, I have to leave. And I turned around, I said, get out, get to the door, get to the door. And people just stood there.
Shit, that thing went up like a fucking matchbox.
And I pulled that out just to get it out of the way so people could get out easier. And I never expected it to take off as fast as it did.
Yeah.
It was so fast. It had to be 2 minutes tops before the whole place was black smoke.
It's like not a fucking single drop of water anywhere in there.
There were 462 people in attendance that night, whereas the venue's official capacity was 404. Survivors of the blaze claimed that while there were multiple exits, bouncers were restricting people from escaping via the back door. This restriction was in place up until the moment that the bouncers realized the reality of the situation, at which point they fled.
It was too late.
According to further reports, the station's owners, Michael and Jeffrey Derderian, both didn't have workers' comp insurance for their employees, nor did they have any sort of fire safety system in place, both becoming vital details in their legal cases.
That's not
After this all took place, blame shifted through multiple parties. The band claimed that they had permission to use pyrotechnics for their show. The Derderian brothers claimed otherwise. Furthermore, the distributors of the studio foam and JBL, the producer of the venue speakers, were blamed for the flammable material in their products. However, both denied any wrongdoing. In regards to official charges and sentencing, the band's tour manager, in 2006, pleaded guilty to 100 counts of involuntary manslaughter, resulting in 15 years in prison, with 4 to serve and 11 years suspended, topped off with 3 years of probation. In 2007, with good behavior, he'd become eligible for parole as the judge saw him unlikely to reoffend. As of 2008, it was granted. As for Michael Derderian, he received the same punishments, but in 2009 was released from prison due to good behavior. Jeffrey, on the other hand, received a 10-year suspended sentence with 3 years of probation and 500 hours of community service, but avoided all prison time due to a no-contest plea.
Shit, yeah. Well,
within a myriad of in- and out-of-court settlements to victims and their families, as of September of 2008, over $115 million had been paid out in total due to the calamity that occurred on that late February evening.
Shit. It's awful.
The station nightclub fire, in its entirety, is a situation that never should have happened. From the pyrotechnics
you never
to
know.
the lack of a fire safety system.
Not to quote The Simpsons, but there's a scene in one of the earlier seasons where Bart's afraid of dying. Homer comes in. It's like, don't worry about that. Well, you might even wake up dead tomorrow. And he like goes away.
It's done.
Like you don't know. You just don't know. Anything could happen.
To the bouncers forbidding people from exiting, the entire incident is something that will forever go down as one of the worst tragedies in recent history. 100 lives were lost. Lives that were in attendance to simply have a good time and enjoy a rock band. Lives that did not deserve, by any stretch, to have their existence brutally taken from them.
Ping spike's over. No, maybe not. I don't know. Yeah, it is. Never mind. I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about.
Tonight, we've explored some of the most disturbing bits of media that are out there.
That was fucking horrifying. Number 10, we got 3 more. It was 11. Ooh, here we go. It's weird that that doesn't automatically load. I have to refresh it. Whatever. Epilepsy warning.
It's been a while. You know, I really miss this series, and I've been digging a lot for more content for it.
Yeah,
it's taken me a bit, but after trekking through the dark depths of the vast digital ocean we all call the internet, I think I'm finally ready.
Yeah.
Let's bring it back.
I don't know, it's weird.
For season 2.
Hell yeah. Down with the music.
Welcome back to Disturbing Things, your one-stop shop for bite-sized, creepy discoveries that I've recently made online. If you're new to this series, oh boy, you're in for a ride. If you're willing, check out the playlist on my channel to get caught up with the first 10 episodes. If you're a fan of eerie, disturbing content, then I truly hope they're worth your while.
They definitely are.
With that out of the way, buckle down because it's time, once again, to dive into 5 more handpicked and disturbing things from around the internet.
I'm here for it. Give it to me. Let's hear it.
That's what she said.
Okay. Yep. Disturbing shit. Parental advisory. What do we got? Oh, look. Okay. A follow-up. Look. They got the moon right. The Tycho Brahe crater is on the bottom now. Okay, Corpus Christi. It's about 7 hours away from me.
Our first stop involves a Facebook post made by a resident of Corpus Christi, Texas. On Sunday, May 31st of 2020, A user named Bernal uploaded a video of a strange sound he heard while out on a walk the night before. In the description, he describes his encounter as the following. Y'all listen to this. It's no joke, it freaked me out. Has anyone ever heard this noise there? I heard it from a minute away as I walked around the building and no one was around.
Some
The
crazy
video's
shit.
about 3 minutes long. Have a listen.
This is like the area that it was coming from.
Oh, this is the one that Nick Crowley did a video on,
I don't
not
know
the other
if
one.
you-
This is the one.
It was like a lady yelling, screaming. You hear it? You hear that?
Hmm. Oh,
And there's nobody over there. I walked all the way to half of that.
sounds like it's
Halfway.
coming to the right.
What
From
is
the right.
going on?
From the right.
This is tripped out. It is 12:44 a.m. right now, Saturday morning, and I'm off of Prescott, Cunningham Middle School.
Shit.
I don't know, whatever it is, it's freaking me out.
Dude, I'd nope out of there so fucking quick. No way. No way.
Now I'll be honest, we've seen videos with screams like this before, and in hindsight I'm pretty convinced that at least a few of those are mountain lions. Here though, it sounds a bit different. While mountain lions are no stranger to West and South Texas, something about this one just sounds human. Like, here, just listen for yourself.
Screaming. You hear it?
In Corpus Christi, they have a lot of mountain lions? I don't know about that. Yeah,
What do you
okay.
think?
Okay.
Well,
Probably.
I'd like to keep a level head here. Something about this one, to me, just doesn't scream mountain lion.
No, I don't know.
No matter what it is, though, hearing sounds like this, especially on a walk that late at night, would absolutely send me beelining it back home if I were ever to hear that.
The smart man.
Myself.
The very smart man, Nexpo. Holy shit. Yeah, fuck all that.
Diabetes.
I love it. Roadway incident.
Wow.
On the night of September 19th of 2016, a YouTuber by the name of Dashcam Daily uploaded a series of videos to this playlist titled 2016-0919 Girl Ejected. If the name isn't enough to pique your interest, then what he captured while out on his drive just might. The series documents a roughly 23-minute time span of their pursuit of a suspicious and erratic driver in Atlanta, Georgia. Dashcam Daily described
Georgia has the most fucking terrible traffic I've ever been in my life. Ever. People say it's Houston. No, fuck that. Georgia, fuck their traffic.
the chase as the following.
Sorry. Just,
The encounter started at
Brings back
approximately 3:40 a.m.
memories.
Sunday morning on September 19th, 2016 in Atlanta, Georgia. I phoned 911 at the point where the girl was ejected from the vehicle and the driver placed her back in the car and drove away. Part 1 is the initial encounter where I first noticed the car stopped in the roadway. This was at the I-75, 85, and University Avenue
got a lag
interchange
spike.
in Atlanta, Georgia. Ejected from the vehicle? That doesn't sound safe.
Lag spike over.
Let's have a look.
Maybe. Yep, it's good. There's so much random shit you see while driving, man. There's all kinds of shit that goes on, like, just, it's insane. Absolutely insane.
I'm not chasing him, but somebody needs to get the guy pulled over. He's breaking every traffic law there is. His hood is up right now. He's having to stop again.
Dude.
Killed this girl. So, yeah, I'm not chasing him, but you need to get somebody here to get this guy pulled over.
Man, he's playing with fire.
I don't know. I'm trying to get them called in. They're not doing any fucking thing.
Nah, fuck that.
He continues. Part 2 is after I got turned around and noticed the driver was out of the car and had put the girl in the passenger side. Part 3 covers most of the pursuit through Atlanta and the driver leaving the girl on an I-20 access ramp at the Glenwood Avenue Memorial Drive exit. These summaries drive home the points that matters aren't getting any better.
It's crazy
Whatever
shit.
dispute they're currently going through is becoming exponentially worse, and that driver needs to be stopped as soon as possible. Opening a car door, combined with reckless driving, is a recipe for incredibly serious injury, or even death. At about 2 minutes into the video,
Man, that guy
we
could
observe dashcam
easily
daily
have
and
gotten out
continued
and shot
pursuits.
him in the head. That'd
But
be
here,
the end of it.
The driver inevitably loses control of the vehicle.
Oh. The fuck?
The following is what happened.
The fuck? Why did he lose control? Dude, some fucked up shit. Don't know what's going on.
I'm not really sure where I'm at exactly. I just witnessed an accident. The girl was thrown from the car. The guy put her back in the car and he's taken off.
Dude.
I really don't know what's going on. She was trying to get out of the car earlier. As soon as we get moving somewhere, I can
It's so insane.
After
You have
this
no
bizarre
clue what
incident,
people are
he
doing.
continues his pursuits. About 15 minutes and numerous stops later, the car finally pulls over, giving the passenger enough time to jump out.
Alright, they're fighting. They're fighting outside the car.
I like its headlights. Very 80s. What the fuck, man? It's so weird because you'd think that that guy would try to get away because obviously he knows he's being followed. It's very strange.
She's still out of the car. He got back in the car. He's leaving her. There's a car behind me. They can take care of her. I'm going to follow this guy.
Shit.
Fortunately, the driver left her behind before things escalated even further.
Did he get his
The remaining
license
video that the camera cuts
plate?
simply shows the rest of his pursuits before eventually losing the driver for good. According to an update in the description, a reporter with the local station has been in touch with the Atlanta police. They were able to locate the female because the license plate on the vehicle was in her name.
Okay, they did
The
get
guy
it.
driving the
Okay.
car is or was apparently her boyfriend. She's refusing to cooperate or press charges and would not give the police his name. The ladies in the vehicle that stayed with the victim transported her to the Atlanta Medical Center. She recovered from her injuries. Thankfully, she made it out of this situation alive and without any major injuries, since this could have easily been so much worse.
Fuck that. Press
This
charges.
footage is a
but
testament to how dangerous situations like this can get, especially at high speeds in a motor vehicle. If you ever witness something like this, try to stop and help. Much like Dashcam Daily did on that late September night. You just might save a life.
It's crazy. What you got? Parental nightmare. Okay. Let's go.
Waking up to realize that your child's missing is every parent's worst
Ugh,
nightmare.
God. Can't even imagine.
Unfortunately, this was a grim reality for a New Zealand family. On the morning of August 9th of 2017, a report was made to Auckland police regarding an 11-day-old baby that was taken in the late hours of the night. The entire incident was captured on video. Have a look.
At least New Zealand's kind of small. I mean, he doesn't really have anywhere to run. Unless he had a boat ticket or something. Fuck, man. I mean, clearly, yeah, he has a mask on. Or she. Is that a boy or girl? Kind of looks like a girl. Don't know. It's definitely a girl. Stealing that people's baby. What the fuck is wrong with people? Come on, man. God dang. I just can't think of that thought process.
Thankfully, the infant was located and returned to the parents 7 hours after their reports. I can only imagine how agonizing that time span must have been, realizing that they may not have ever seen their child again. But at least the baby's safe and sound. Good on that front.
Yeah. Could have been a lot worse.
Focus in on the abductor, though. That's when this story gets even stranger. According to reports, this wasn't just some random stranger. This was a caretaker that was hired by the family to watch over their newborn as the mother was recovering from childbirth in the hospital. A woman by the name of Nadine Manukau Tokiovalu was the one captured and charged in the kidnapping. As it turned out, she concealed her criminal record and posed as a fake caretaker in Auckland. She was so
kidnapped by the nanny
that she even went forth to throw a fake baby shower for the non-existent child and even sport a fake baby bump for the months leading up to the abduction. She was eventually sentenced to 3 years in jail, however was released after just 3 months.
I really don't want to be like sexist, but Jesus Christ, bitches be crazy, you know? Like, God, I'm not saying men can't either, but holy shit.
She was ordered to perform 400 hours of community service and to pay $2,000
That's not how you get a
to the family
baby.
for
It's
reparations.
not.
However, they, understandably, are not pleased with that outcome.
Not how you go about getting a baby.
Nadine violated their privacy while they were at their most vulnerable, and she lied to their faces regarding her criminal history. Now that she's out again, who's to say she won't do it once more?
True. It's weird. I don't know. You try to go through the thought process of these people, and something like clearly led them to do that. Do whatever they're doing.
Heartbreak can be detrimental to someone's mental health, and especially so if the other person leaves due to circumstances out of their control. In February of 2014, an Instagram user by the name of JoJoTsai1012 would post text message conversations, essentially chronicling her relationship with her boyfriend at the time. The messages mostly appear to be pretty ordinary, with the pair frequently talking about music, their future aspirations, food, gifts that they'd buy each other during the holidays, and even the occasional arguments. Nothing really stood out as out of the ordinary. Until a few weeks later.
What? They got murdered or
Fast
something?
forward, and you'll quickly realize that something went terribly awry. On March 6th of 2014, JoJo would post their text message conversation one last time. However, here,
Sorry
it
about
was
that.
captioned with the following. We broke up for 12 days. I hang out with all kinds of men. Eat, watch movies, drink, sing, and any one of them is more handsome than him and richer than him. I said this just to show that I can't find a better man than him, let alone I figured how handsome and rich he is. There are a lot of well-conditioned men around me, and my friends who know me know it's. But I can't accept others in my heart. Every time I play, I cry and I force myself. Smiling, I told myself that the most important thing to be a human being is to be happy. I kept hypnotizing myself, but after all, I couldn't hypnotize my heart. I don't understand.
It's hard.
Since it's not me, why should I give me so many expectations and promises? Since he didn't want to even have a baby with me, why did I have to name it? He said that his mother did not agree for us to marry. He talked to me about a lifelong relationship, and we'd get married when we're older. This is really the most romantic love story I've ever heard in my life, but it's also a lie. I can't forget these things. They can't be forgotten. Unless I die. From here on out, she'd make 13 more posts, all aimed at her now ex, in the span of just 2 days.
The first very much understand her.
Patch, and one commenter believes that she's wearing it
similar
due to the sheer
situation.
amount of crying she's done since the breakup. Whether or not this is true is unclear, but she is wearing it for a few pictures onwards.
I expect done.
The next one shows her smiling with a cup of tea. The caption reading, "From now on, you'll never see this kind of smile again."
I very understand.
Did you know there's a bird without legs? He can only fly around in the sky in his life, sleep in the wind when he's tired, and can only land once in his life, when he's dead.
Is that true?
It turns out that all the nightmares I had in those few days were real, and the things I dreamed about were really happening. It was just that I was concealed and knew nothing about it. Everything was known to me. I've never done anything in my life. Bad things. Why do you want me to suffer such torture? I've been living so hard these days. I want to let myself forget all of this. I want to control my emotions. Don't cry every night. But I can't do it. I can't do it. All this is right. It's too unfair to me. I can't bear it.
Fucking know exactly how that
I'll haunt you day
feels.
and night, and I'll never leave you again.
Maybe not so heavy on the stalker thing with me.
Let it burn. All the things like ashes float away.
Yeah, probably shouldn't have done that inside
Jojo
on your
go forth
bed.
to upload this photo of her sitting on the edge of a building.
Yeah, I have.
There is no caption. However, considering those in which we
I
just
have done
read,
that too.
It's clear what this image implies.
Parking garage. 4
The last
stories
photo
high.
she ever uploaded was this one, showing more things being burnt. It's unclear what exactly this says, but some have speculated that these are her ex's belongings, serving as one final goodbye to him. And after this point, she never posted again.
Yep.
It's widely claimed around the internet that JoJo committed suicide by jumping off the ledge. Interestingly, most of the articles claiming so are just regurgitating the same information off each other. The only
Goddamn,
bits
lag.
of actual
What do you keep doing?
confirmation, and take this for how you will, comes from an online forum named Mop. Her alleged neighbor supposedly made a post claiming the following. "This is real. We live in the same building. She died Saturday morning. No matter what, how much courage must it have taken for a little girl to kill herself? I hope she'll find peace in
It's
the
not. I
afterlife.
have everything. I have everything
agree.
closed.
I truly hope she's finally at peace."
I think now other people are up and using the
The root of
internet.
this
It's
situation is
probably
something
the
that we've all
issue.
endured. Heartbreak is a powerful thing, the agonizing plague that consumes us whenever it happens.
This heartbreak is
Fortunately
awful.
for JoJo, it led her to take her own life. That had so much ahead of it.
Yeah, I don't know. Still recording anyway, so whenever this is thrown up, it won't be like buffering. Cleared up now. Looks like it's weird. I don't know. Should be good now. Or not.
On the 24th of May, 2001, The wedding of Karen and a soft drawer was taking place in Jerusalem, Israel. Everything appeared to be going well,
Okay.
and the crowd seemed to be having a good time. At around 10:45 p.m., however, the event would rapidly devolve into a nightmare.
Uh-oh.
Around that time,
Fire?
the floor would suddenly give out, resulting in a 3-story fall for those that were in attendance.
Oh.
The entire catastrophe was captured on video.
Ooh. Shit. Wait. Okay. Oh my god. Holy shit. Holy shit. What the, like, oh my god. Holy shit.
23 people died that night.
Damn.
And over 380 suffered from non-fatal injuries. One of those affected was the bride themselves, who suffered a pelvic injury that required corrective medical attention.
God damn.
After investigations into this ramped up, it was eventually determined that the accident was caused by insufficient building materials and negligence during construction.
Of course it was.
It was allegedly built using a relatively new method at the time called palcal, invented by a man named Eli Ron. It, by all accounts, serves as a cost saver and utilizes thin steel sheets sandwiched between concrete layers. The building supposedly was also designed to be a 2-story structure, with the 3rd floor being added later on.
Oh, that's
Put
probably
2 and 2
not
together, and you can see why calling this structure a hazard would be an understatement. As if the story wasn't strange enough already, the 3 owners of the wedding hall, the construction managers, and even Eli Ron, yes, the inventor of the palcal method himself,
Holy
were
crap.
charged with varying degrees of manslaughter and underwent various prison sentences. All of these were less than 4 years long.
Shit. Oh.
In a statement given by the father of the
internet
bride
was
afterwards,
flickering. That's
they
why.
claimed,
That's fair.
"I'd give the 4 of them 400 years in prison. Had they been pardoned, it would be 300 years, so they have no chance to see daylight."
God dang. Can't even imagine. Jesus. It's just fucking like debris.
In the moments leading up to the fall, a song named "I Have a Golden Heart" by Sadi Haddad was playing, much to the crowd's delight. However, since this event, she's never performed it again.
Ooh.
The Versailles
Ooh.
Wedding Hall disaster has gone down as one of the country's worst building catastrophes in recent history, and the now vacant
That's
sites
unfortunate.
will forever stand as a reminder of the tragic events that played out that late summer night.
God dang. That is unfortunate. Ooh, don't show a little baby. Come on now.
As we've seen tonight, if you look hard enough within this vast
All
digital
right.
ocean, you just might find things that are dark.
One more. Hopefully the internet holds out till I can get it. Actually, there are 2 more. That's fine though. I'll do those tomorrow since the internet's giving me problems. Anyway, yeah. If you watch this on VOD, video on demand on my YouTube channel, I appreciate it. Do all of the YouTube things. That'd be great. Go and subscribe to Nexpo because he puts out some really good shit. And yeah, I will see y'all tomorrow. Bye. Or today. Yeah, today.